Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be doing keep or sell Newcastle United 2021-22 season. Which players are not good enough for this club? And trust me, the pen's out for a reason. I hate some of these players, but pretty much, guys, as always, if you're new to the channel, you should get down there, subscribe, smash like we enjoy, appreciate your support as always. As you can see, I might be a little excited from yesterday, not seeing anything, just in case. But in terms of this board, you might recognise this sort of concept before. Pretty much I stole Rubenstein's idea of the keep myself on the whiteboard, so I'll put his channel down below. Make sure I go check him out. His sound is out. I do like a live sort of weekly show from every week, so yeah, his sound is out, and I've completely stolen his idea. But to be fair, in terms of keep aside, I used to do it off the website when you got the tier maker, but I'll be honest, this is way easier, and it's probably more interactive, I guess, since you can obviously see it all in front of you, essentially. But yeah, in terms of this, though, the way it's going to work, unfortunately, I haven't got a green marker, so I actually can't have that for the tick. But pretty much, if I think, for example, De Bruyne is good enough for the club, I would tick next to him. Whereas if I think someone like, I don't know, Darlow, I don't think is good enough, I'll put like a cross next to him in red. So easy as that, really. And if a player wants to go out on loan, or I think they should go out on loan, I've got these little markers for them just to stick next to the name, essentially. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think we've covered just about everything here. Obviously, it's just opinionated, so if you don't agree with something, make sure to obviously disagree in the comments. Just don't slag me off, please. And I'll just drop my pen straight away. It's not very professional of me, but listen, as they all say, Rome was not built in one day. And in terms of this board, we've got quite a bit to get into. I'm going to take these sunglasses off, by the way, because it kind of pisses me off a little bit. But anyway, let's start with the goalkeepers. I'm trying to make sure the camera, so I think you can see everything clear here. But obviously, De Bruyne, let's be real. He's the best goalkeeper at this club since Shea Given, in my opinion. Easy keep. Absolutely love the guy. That tick's so shit. Just assume that's a tick. Jesus, I hope not like I thought in the video that was a pretty bad tick. But apologies, bad if you can't read some of the names. I will read them out, obviously, but that's just down to the whiteboard pens. I think they're way too thick. So, for example, the O's and A's are quite hard to get in. But anyway, next up, the second backup keeper, Carl Darlow. Now, my last year's keeper sell video, I actually taught to sell Carl Darlow. I said, right, I don't think he's good enough for this team. I don't think he can do it on his own. Was I wrong about that? I absolutely love Carl Darlow this season. Yes, he's obviously made a few mistakes now and again, but every goalkeeper does that. In terms of the second goalkeeper, though, I don't think you can get much better than Darlow. I really think he deserves to be in the squad. And obviously, at one point, he got an England call-up, so he had a very good season. Next up, Mark Gillespie. I remember the Newport match, he made a really shit mistake. But again, as a third choice keeper, I mean, what else can you expect? For me, good enough for a third choice goalkeeper. But now this is the interesting one. Freddie Woodman, of course, on loan at Swansea this season. I'm going to be real. I love Freddie Woodman. But does he really want to be the fourth choice goalkeeper at Newcastle? I believe he can actually play in a Premier League team. I think, for example, a team like Swansea really want to get him back. And for me, I think it'd be silly not to let him go. I think he would want to go. So for that reason alone, thank you for your service, Woodman. But best of luck in your future. I think he should be sold because I just can't see him really getting in this team ever. So yeah, poor guy essentially. But anyway, we'll start off with the right backs. I mean, as you see, the right back depth is absolutely shocking. We've got two choices. We got rid of Yedlin, of course, in Christmas. I still don't get that because I believe he's a better player than Kraft. So the fact we got rid of him on a free halfway into a season is just stupid in my opinion. But in terms of Mankiewicz, though, I love Mankiewicz. For some reason, when I was bored, I used to call it Heavy Mankiewicz. Like, I don't look like Mankiewicz, I'll be honest. Oh, shit. Oh, no, I put some red mark on my costume. But, yeah, honestly, in terms of Heavy Mankiewicz, though, I love him quite a bit. I think he's a really good player. He's quite underrated, in my opinion. I didn't think he was actually too bad when he's at Liverpool. I don't think he was good enough for him, obviously, but just an actual right back. I think he's really good defensively. But obviously, you can argue that he doesn't get forward in attack. He can't just have an end product or someone like that. So I do get that. Emil Kraft next. Fuck off. That tick's so shit. I'm like, man, I do a tick, man, do a cross. Get out of this club. Get out of this club. I hate him. Absolutely hate him. I think he adds nothing to the team. I think he's stealing a living. The fact he's in the Sweden national team, I think, is a disgrace. I really don't rate him one bit. And please just get rid of Kraft. He's won that no more game type for him. But thankfully, though, Mankio's back so that clown doesn't get played. But anyway, though, we'll come to the centre halves last. We're going to do the left backs first. Paul Dummett, I really don't like the criticism Paul Dummett gets. For me, I think he's a quality left back. I think he's Premier League proven. And I think he adds a lot to the team. The fact that people are still against Paul Dummett, I don't get it. I really don't. I love him. I think he can play centre half as well. I think he's a very good player. And yeah, I think he gets a lot of criticism for essentially no reason. Like, for me, he's generally done nothing wrong in the last couple of seasons. But next up, Jamal Lewis, a really poor signing this season. I was very disappointed how he played. For me, he should have been one of the signings of the season, in my opinion. Liverpool wanted this guy. And what he's done for Newcastle, bugger all, to be honest. He's been pretty shit. But I know he is a good player for Norwich, so I will give him another season. But yeah, I'm very disappointed in him. You know, we spent, what was like £15 million on him. So unfortunately, not value for money, but I know he is a good player. He was very good at Norwich. And fingers crossed, next season he will get something going. But anyway, on to the centre halves now. Jamal Lascelles, captain. Obviously, you got to keep him. You can't get rid of your captain. Especially, I don't think he's bad, but I think he's quite sloppy sometimes, Jamal Lascelles. So I do get why people get pissed off with him. But for me, you need a leader at the back. I remember, I think it was last season when it was like Lejeune and Fernandes playing. I think arguably our two best centre halves at the time. But without Lascelles as the leader, they were so sloppy. They're making constant mistakes. And for me, he has that voice you need in the defence, regardless of what you think of his ability. But next to him, Kieran Clark. I mean, this guy, what is he, like 33 now or something? He's still quality. He's been around forever. I remember he's at Aston Villa, like 2005 or something. He's still got it, Kieran Clark. I really like him as a centre half. Yes, again, he makes mistakes now and again, but let's be real, with Newcastle United, not fucking Man City. I mean, you can have room for error sometimes, but in terms of Kieran Clark, though, I do rate him a lot as a defender. I think he's very good. I think he's very good at his defensive work. I think he's very good in the air. And speaking of players that are good in the air, Federico Fernandes, again, for me, an easy one. I love him, absolutely love him. I think he's a complete tank. I wouldn't want to piss him off, I'll be honest. Fernandes would be on the arse if you piss him off. But speaking of arses, I know for a fact that every single Newcastle girl on Twitter likes Fabian Schär, so for that reason he can stay. But seriously, in terms of defender, I was still pissed off by his red card against Arsenal. For me, it was just stupid, Game's already over, why do you got to do that? But in terms of an actual defender, though, again, I like Shaw. He's actually technically gifted. He's someone that can ping passes in, someone to score goals. So for me, again, he's good for depth. You need depth in this team. And whereas the fullbacks, we don't have depth in the centre half, we actually do have a bit more depth. And last but not least, Florian Lejeune. I really want us to keep him. Yes, he's injury prone. Yes, he's had 2 massive ACL injuries, but in terms of him as a player, though, I mean, he beat Real Madrid, beat Barcelona this season. I think he's a player of the season for Alvarez. So for me, I would keep him, but I generally think this club is going to sell him, and that's why I'm going to put him here. I think we will sell him. For me, I don't know. I really want us to keep him, but I got a feeling this club's going to be quite wary of his injuries and be like, listen, Lejeune, go for La Liga, mate. Thank you for your services. That's what I think we're going to do. And it's sad because I love him as a player. But next up, we're going to go with the right-hand side first, because these are pretty easy. St. Maximin, I wonder my opinions on him. Obvious keep, arguably, he is the most gifted player on the team. He's someone that should be playing for a Champions League side, let's be honest. Do I think we're selling someone? No. I still think he's still in our season. I think it's next summer where you start worrying about him actually leaving there. I can understand, but to be fair, this guy's still like 22 or something, so I still think he's got like another season or two at Newcastle before he obviously thinks about going to a bigger club. Don't blame the guy, but absolutely love him as a player, and we are very pleased to have him at the club. Jacob Murphy, in my opinion, last season, right? If you've asked me this question about Jacob Murphy, I would have easily put so. I think he was Rafa Benitez's worst ever signing last season. Man, have I changed that opinion. He's been fucking sensational this season. Easy keep, easy. For me, he's got massive assists, massive goals that have got his very valuable points for the season. But not also that, he actually also holds his own. For me, he's a very good impact sub. Jacob Murphy's someone that, I don't know, he just adds something to the team, doesn't he? He's just a really decent player. And I'm glad to see him do that, because obviously he is a Newcastle fan. And in terms of him fucking getting a grip, he's certainly done that. And fair play, easy keep, absolutely easy. We're going to go to the left-hand side now. This is where it gets interesting. Ryan Fraser, of course, another flop this season. For me, I would keep him. Again, for me, though, obviously, even though I think he's got, one assist in the Premier League this season or so, and obviously he had to really piss off with some of his ability. But remember 2 seasons ago, right, he was competing for Eden Hazard. They'll be literally, they'll have the most assists in the league. I think he had like 15 assists, Fraser, so you know what he's capable of, and I do think he will add something to the team, but I don't know why he's been pissed by this season. I know he's been injured at times, but yeah, he just has sucked, hasn't he? When he's come on, he hasn't really done anything. And we know for Scotland that he does obviously score goals. He is someone that can turn up in big matches. But fingers crossed next season gets something going, because he's been pretty shit this year, hasn't he? Matt Ritchie, again, I think last season, I was a player I would recommend selling. Don't agree with that at all. Yes, Ritchie may have the best ability, but he's got passion. I know everyone takes a piss out of that. But you see me fires the team up, you know, players get more engaged when he's on the pitch to actually fucking try more. And he's someone you need, you know. For example, you bring a player like Joe Willock off the bench. A player like Matt Ritchie would actually, you know, sort of just motivate him. He just screams in his eye, gets him going, you know. It's like a little bit of a adrenaline boost, really. So, for me, even though he's not obviously the best player in terms of ability, he's someone that adds something to the team, and I don't see us selling him if there isn't a takeover. But now in terms of Christian Atsu, I mean, I love you, Atsu, but please, mate, just get off. I've done the fucking tick again. Get out of the club, please, Atsu. Get out of my way. But Atsu, I mean, thanks for the services, but you're not good enough, let's be honest. You couldn't even get the 25-man squad. Please, mate, just go somewhere else, you know, have a career somewhere else. Not in Newcastle anymore. I'm sorry, I respect you a lot, but yeah, not happening. John Joe Showy. Who does he think he is, John Joe Showy? He has got to be one of the shittest players this season by an absolute mile. How he starts every single match, I never know. He just sort of slugs around the pitch. He's absolute dog shit. He really, really is. Get him out of this club. Thank you for your time. Thanks for the goals. Scored some very nice goals. Please just fucking leave. Get out. You're past it. Go. Honestly, I cannot stand John Joe Showy. Absolute dog shit. If he's starting today against Leicester, I'm gonna be pissed off. But in terms of Joe Willock, I'm completely opposite here. Please sign Joe Willock. Please sign him. I've said when he first signed, best midfielder at the club. Have I been proven right? You could argue not for Hayden, but for me, Willock is such a game changer. He's the only midfielder we have in the centre that can actually push the ball forward, you know, that can actually drive with the ball. That's something we don't get from the other midfielders, regardless of what you think is Willock as a player. For me, absolute easy one. And I think Arsenal will be willing to sell him as well because they've got so many midfielders. I mean, they've got I think Willock's like a 6th choice or something. So for me, if they do obviously want to sell him, just get him. Just buy him, please. Hendrick. I mean, let's be real, it's a free signing, but he's not good enough. I'm not going to try and defend him. Yes, he's a free signing. Yes, you can only expect so much from him, but he's pretty shit. And I don't know how he starts with Republic Island, by the way. I mean, he really adds nothing to the team. He doesn't get forward the ball. He just fucking pass. All he does is pass backs. To Biker. That's all he does. It's fucking pass backs all game long. When we're trying to get the ball forward with 2-0 down to Arsenal. There you are. Keep that. There you are. I mean, just get out. He's pissing me off. Isaac Hayden, of course, got a season-long injury against Brighton. Easy keep. Honestly, there's not really much to say about the guy. For seasons now, he's been homesick. And the fact he still plays with Newcastle United is incredible. And not only that, he's literally probably one of our best midfielders. I absolutely love the guy. Love him to bits. And I'm glad he's signed a 6-year deal because I don't think he's going to leave this summer. I don't see it happening at all. But anyway, the Longstaff was next. Ooh, I had interest on these two. The thing with Matthew Longstaff and Sean Longstaff is they don't play, so there's not really much I can say about them. But I mean, I'm disappointed with them, to be honest, especially Sean. I think Sean's had a lot of time at this club, you know. Since Steve Bruce has came in, you might blame the manager, but for me, he's been shit on the Steve Bruce, he really has. And compared to the 8 games and the Rafa Benitez he played, when he was valued at £50 million, by the way, by this club, for me, I generally wanted to sell him. I don't rate him one bit. I really don't. For me, his attitude at times is generally shocking. Up there with Showies, you know, he's a player that sort of gets pissed off. He kicks players over. He gets frustrated during the match. That's not something I want. I want players that give 100% in this team. He's went through the ranks, right? He's went through North Shields. He's went through the fucking youth academy. And he puts these sort of performances in. It's not good enough at all. And it honestly does piss me off because he knows how hard it is to get in this team, and yet he doesn't fucking try. And I'm not having it all. My Longstaff, whereas, you know, when he does play, at least he tries. Again, no, he doesn't play that much, so maybe I'm being biased, but in terms of me, he generally disgusts me sometimes, Longstaff, who he is. I prefer his brother Matty, personally. But Siver, I mean, how he's stealing a fucking living. How are you still here? How is he still at his club? He's getting 30 grand a week, right? 3 managers have not even put him in the squads. He's actually stealing a living. Siver, mate. Fair play and getting fucking... He's a millionaire from this club. Fair play, but just fucking get out. Get out and stay out. Honestly. Fucking hell. Okay, we're on the strikers now. I haven't actually took too long on this one. Callum Wilson, my favourite player at the club. A lot of people like Sir Max, but for me, I prefer Wilson and I absolutely love him. It's such a game changer, you know. He's exactly what a number 9 should do. Joe didn't give him your shirt, but... Anyway, in terms of a number 9, he's someone that gets in behind defenders, you know, he presses all game long, he's constantly on the goalkeeper, constantly on the defenders. He's an absolute nuisance to deal with, and even if he doesn't score and he doesn't assist, it makes an impact because of the work he does. For me, easy keep, absolutely easy keep. I'm very pleased with that signing, and I'm glad that he's turned up this season, because without him, we would be in the Championship right now. And one, a lot of people seem to slag on one for the last few weeks. I love him as a player though. Yes, it may not be the best at times, but he's absolutely unbelievable. And in terms of his work rate, he gives 100% no matter what. Fucking raining, snowing, doesn't matter. He gives 100%. He's tracking back, he's exactly what you want in a player. The reason I got him straight, I stopped by because I had a 4-4-2 he had in the way I was sticking. But in terms of that one, I actually love him. For me, it's easy keep. Now we've got the 4 clowns underneath. First start forward, Andy Carroll is going to be gone at the end of the season, so we'll put an XX in straight away. Thanks for the services, but yeah, he's fucked, isn't he? His leg's gone, he can't play anymore. Sorry, Andy Carroll, just get out. Just please get out. Respect him as a player, what he done in 2010, but just remember, guys, don't be nostalgic. That was 11 years ago. He hasn't got it anymore. It's as simple as that. Muto, again, on loan this season at Eddie Bar, did nothing really for the club. This, in my opinion, is worth signing. Muto, £10 million, absolute shit, let's be honest. Thanks for the services, Muto. Thanks for the 2 goals. Get out, please. Dwight Gill, he's a player I would recommend selling. He's been a bench warmer for so long now. I do rate him a lot in the Championship, so for me, he's a player I think we should sell. I think he's a player that, deserves to actually get a first team spot somewhere. I think we can get good money for him or get a good player from the Championship for exchange for Gill. That's just how I see it. I think it'd be a good bargaining chip to get a new player in. Last but not least, Jordan. I said this last season, right? This season has to be the one, and it's not. So, again, I don't think we'll sell him because he's obviously a £40 million player. No one's ever going to pay that much. I don't think the club will sell him because obviously we don't want to lose money on him. But at the same time, though, this is my list. If I was in charge of the club, I would do exactly that. I mean, as you can see from the list, there's not too many players I like. There's not too many players I like at all. I think they count them up actually. So we've got 3, 7, 9, 10. We've got 15, 17. I like 18 out of like 30 players. So it hasn't went too well in this list. But listen, I'm ruthless. I've got a grudge against any of these players. I call it how I see it. That's how I see it. I'm obviously thinking about 25-man squad. Obviously, I wouldn't sell all these, but in terms of getting this club forward, I think they're the players to do it, and the Reds, obviously, are the players I don't think can do it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Again, a bit of a long one, but obviously enjoy this sort of thing. Make sure, obviously, smash the like button, recommend any or sort of content you want from this. But take care, guys. Thank you all for watching. Yes, I'll see you all later.